What are you doing here? We're here, you're here. This must be the place. What do you think, Roxy? Well, it doesn't look like it's up there. It doesn't. It must be.
Journey to an Unnamed World really was inspired by lots of references, but Sean Tan was also a big reference. His abstraction, his playful imagery, the depth of emotion in his imagery, and the metaphor in those images and in those worlds that he creates was a really big inspiration. So we've tried to create our own version of that in a way, in an immersive theatre work.
Here is the place that you seek, my friends. This is the land we call the Unnamed World. Roxy, look what I found!
Really worked at making a new type of theatre that is very visceral, that is interactive, that is immersive, but also has really strong scenes and really strong narrative sprinkled through that. As part of the engagement prior to the show, we went to visit all the schools that were going to come to the shows. There were 9 schools.
So those workshops were really designed for us to get to know the kids a little bit, and also to drop in some themes and some ideas. So we did some workshops in physical theatre and the idea of journey.
They prepared a passport in their classrooms beforehand, so that is that's what they think they are and who they define themselves as. And when they come through the first tunnel into this immersive designed theatre world, they hand over their passports from the other world. Characters from the world stamp them and give them a hood, and they wear that hood through the show with them. So they're the characters in the show, in their hoods and in their discovery of the world.
We sent in a letter from one of the characters in our show, from Zara, and the letter really invited them into the world. They were really excited to get those letters. So we were sort of building up this connection to the world, and in a way that creates an ownership for them to be a spectator, like actually act in the world and feel they could own it.
They can be players, they can add to the action, they can add to the story, to warm them up to this type of theatre, which is very different to sitting down in an auditorium and just watching from beginning to end and then leaving.
I have an idea!
Quiet! Go!
Well, I know exactly what it is we should be doing while we're in here.
Not another of your crazy thoughts.
We can make our own selves.
They're at a really interesting age in their development. They're kind of coming of age. They're discovering their self that's not only defined by their family or their peers or their school. And there's a lot of questioning and a lot of emotional movement going on in that age group. It's a show about discovery. It's a show about discovering yourself.
We've worked with a writer very much, Susie Miller, also a fantastic designer, Edward Horn, and other designers, and Valley, Lipser and myself, really trying to lead that process of creating an immersive theatre work.
So my name's Kate Salmon, I'm from the Catholic Schools Office, and we formed an absolutely beautiful partnership with NORPA, Northern Rivers Performing Arts, over the last 12 to 18 months. And our main objective is really to enrich our curriculum and really provide our students with alternative ways of developing literacy. So our hope is that through this really visceral, experiential type of theatre, our students will be able to go away and write poetry and stories and respond to this experience in a really exciting way.
They wanted us to find our own selves by putting us through lots of challenges, and it had to make us think critically about and be unleash our creative side on things.
It made me feel good about myself because I don't have to be anybody else.
Makes you feel special. Even if someone puts you down, like you know that you're yourself, and that's awesome. It was just really exciting and a ball of joy to feel.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was a really amazing show, and it was funny at the same time.
Overall, the experience was phenomenal, and I'm really glad we got to go.
Hi, I'm Sarah McManus and I teach at Holy Family Catholic Primary School. Following the Norpa experience, I've really seen a change in most students' writing. Some students would like to hear ideas from me first or use an iPad to look up some ideas, and they're sort of getting a lot more creative in themselves. Also, that kind of extends to creative arts. This term they're doing sculpture, so they're using some ideas from Sean Tan and they're using some ideas from the Norpa experience to then move into their sculpture and then creating a narrative or a poem or a description to go with that. So it's definitely using kind of broadening their experience and broadening their horizons as well. And today with the follow-up activities, I know 2 students chose to write a letter, so they're using the idea of Zara writing a letter to then go along with theirs, and some students are using the idea of symbolism that was used with that and writing things about themselves. So yeah, it's definitely made an impact, and students are more open to creative experiences and they're not so sort of scared or that think it's just a bit weird. So they're a lot more open to that.
It was just like a big adventure.
Because Roxy and Rocco use these different words and stuff, and like now in my writing it's like stuck in my head, so sometimes I use some of their language features and stuff.
I reckon it would be a positive experience for everyone, for lots of kids to do, because it gives you a more open mind.